Welcome back to Frame by Frame. Today we're diving deep into the relentless world of John Wick. Chapter 3, Parabellum. Picking up right where Chapter 2 left off, this installment thrusts us into a high-octane chase as John Wick becomes the target of the very underworld he once served. Buckle up as we unravel the intricate web of alliances, betrayals, and bullet-strewn battles that define this chapter. The film opens with John Wick on the run in Manhattan, having been declared excommunicado by the High Table for assassinating Santino D'Antonio on continental grounds. With a $14 million bounty on his head, every assassin in the city is eager to claim the prize. He gets in a cab but has to change plans due to a blocked street. He instructs the cab driver to drop his dog off at the Continental for safety while he heads to the New York Public Library. There, John retrieves a marker medallion and a rosary, signaling his intent to call in old favors. After a brutal encounter with a towering assassin named Ernest, John seeks medical aid from an underworld doctor. However, his excommunicado status activates mid-treatment, forcing him to finish the procedure himself. The doctor, in a risky act of loyalty, helps John by giving him medicine and then asks John to shoot him to make it look like he didn't assist. John flees the clinic, but is quickly pursued by assassins eager to collect the bounty. He stumbles into an old building to rearm himself. A vicious fight ensues, involving hand-to-hand combat and throwing knives. John ends the encounter by hurling an axe into one assassin's head. As he stumbles outside, he's struck by multiple cars, yet continues to fend off attackers. He finds temporary refuge in a stable, where he fends off more attackers using horses and creative tactics. He mounts a horse and rides through the city while being chased by motorcyclists, leading to another adrenaline-pumping fight scene. Desperate, John turns to the director, head of the Ruska Roma crime syndicate, and his adoptive mother figure. Presenting his rosary, he requests safe passage to Casablanca. The director reluctantly agrees but brands him as penance for his request. Back in New York, the High Table's adjudicator arrives. She confronts both Winston, manager of the Continental, and the Bowery King, reprimanding them for aiding John. Both are given 7 days to step down from their positions. The Bowery King, proud and defiant, refuses. In Casablanca, John seeks out Sofia, a former ally and the manager of the Moroccan Continental. Presenting his marker, he demands her help in finding the elder, the only one who can reverse his excommunicado status. Meanwhile, the adjudicator punishes the director by stabbing her hand, accusing her of helping John escape. Sofia begrudgingly agrees to help and leads John to Barada, her former boss. Barada reveals that the elder can only be found by walking into the desert until one is near death. In exchange for this information, Barada demands one of Sofia's dogs. When she refuses, Barada shoots the dog. Enraged, Sofia pulls a gun from the dog's armor and shoots Barada, leading to a spectacular gunfight. Together, John and Sofia fight their way through Barada's heavily armed men, with Sofia's dogs playing a lethal and loyal role in the action. The sequence showcases Sofia's deadly precision and teamwork with her dogs. Meanwhile, the adjudicator returns to the Bowery King. In a chilling act of retribution, she orders all his men executed by Zero, a deadly assassin who also happens to be a John Wick admirer. Because the Bowery King gave John 7 bullets, the adjudicator punishes him with 7 cuts, carried out by Zero. John then ventures into the desert, wandering until he collapses from exhaustion. He is found by the elder, who offers to lift his excommunicado status if John pledges undying loyalty to the High Table and assassinates Winston. John agrees and severs his ring finger, giving the elder his wedding ring as a symbol of loyalty. Returning to New York, John is ambushed by Zero. A jaw-dropping motorcycle fight follows, ending as both arrive at the steps of the Continental. Zero attempts to shoot John, but the hotel's concierge steps in, stopping him and reminding him that no business can be conducted on Continental grounds. John meets Winston, who refuses to relinquish his position. The adjudicator deconsecrates the Continental, stripping it of its neutral status, and dispatches Zero and the High Table's private army to eliminate John and take control of the hotel. The private army arrives in full tactical gear with heavy armor. John and the concierge join forces but find their bullets ineffective. They retreat, arm themselves with armor-piercing rounds, and return to systematically dismantle the invading force. With the first wave neutralized, Zero and his elite students enter. An intense series of fights follow, including a beautifully choreographed battle in a glass-paneled room. John overcomes the students one by one and finally engages in a climactic duel with Zero. After a fierce back and forth, John emerges victorious. Following the battle, the adjudicator calls for a parley with Winston. In a shocking twist, Winston shoots John multiple times, causing him to fall from the rooftop of the Continental. The adjudicator, assuming John is dead, reinstates the hotel's protected status. But John isn't dead. He's found by the Bowery King's men, battered and barely alive. The Bowery King, also scarred and seething with rage, reveals his plan to rise against the High Table. He proposes an alliance with John. Both men, betrayed and left for dead, agree to wage war on their mutual enemy. John Wick, Chapter 3. Parabellum delves deeper into the lore of the assassin world, expanding its mythology with new factions, rules, and revelations. Themes of loyalty, betrayal, honor, and the price of freedom run throughout the film. John's journey reflects the constant struggle between personal agency and institutional control, in a world governed by rigid codes and ever-shifting alliances. And there you have it, a comprehensive recap of John Wick, Chapter 3, Parabellum. The film not only delivers some of the most exhilarating action sequences in cinema, but also lays the groundwork for an epic continuation. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay updated on our latest content. Share your thoughts on John's journey in the comments below, and let us know which moment had you on the edge of your seat. Until next time, stay sharp and ready for action.